Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
Slingshot is a movie that was not directed by M Night Shyamalan. I swear! I love science fiction. It's probably my absolute favorite genre, and I would love to compare this movie to other sci-fi movies. But any attempt at doing so would spoil the whole thing. So, in a non-spoiler category, I will say this is an adequately made mid-budget range sci-fi film. I enjoyed watching it well enough, but I'm probably not gonna watch it again. Okay, spoiler warning moving forward. Stop this video if you have not seen this movie and you want to. So at the start of the film, I just couldn't help myself thinking there must be a better way to present the plot to the audience. It felt very expositional in an info dumping kind of way. If the twist was different and there really was 3 people aboard the ship, a more linear introduction to this story where you see them preparing for it and we as the audience learn about it as they do would have been a better intro. Of course, that approach wouldn't have worked with the choices that were made for this story, but it still could have been better. The subtle hints to what is really happening or not happening aren't that subtle in my opinion. It gets clear pretty early on that both Nash and the captain aren't real characters, or at least that they shouldn't be. Nash freaks out and escalates the panic way too fast for any trained astronaut that would have been selected among so many for this mission. And the captain is just the complete opposite, too cool and composed like a computer would be. They just didn't feel like real characters. So it was clear that they were either making a metaphor for John's inner conflict being pulled between the desire to finish his mission and just wanting to go home, and or that they weren't real to begin with. The fact that you never see them coming in or out of sleep was also suspicious. And if you know anything about astronauts in movie, is that they will eat together. Another problem I have with stories that revolve around the idea that anything could be a hallucination is that when you establish that your characters are unreliable and that anything you see could be not real, then nothing is. Other little detail just makes no sense, no matter what is real or not. Like them not wearing gloves during the slingshot maneuver, but wearing those never-to-be-seen-again helmets. It was just dumb, and almost as unrealistic as the idea of astronauts being given a gun in a spacecraft. Some kind of poison to kill themselves and something goes wrong, sure. But a projectile weapon? Never happening. Just piling on the clues that this isn't real. I wonder if they were trying to pull what I would refer to as a 10 Cloverfield lane at the end. You know, the movie where, spoiler, you spend most of the movie wondering if John Goodman's character is a crazy lunatic psychopath or if there really is an alien invasion happening outside. And the answer is yes, to both. Were they trying to pretend the finale was either he is back on Earth or the captain is actually real, has been on the ship with him and is trying to save him? And make the answer be no, to both. In any case, I have a problem with the double ending, showing us both yet another hallucination of him being buried in the New Mexico desert and being sucked into space. Either answer would work for me, but I just wish they'd commit to one. The tie back to the moth being attracted to the flame when in fear for his life was nice, and they could have had that moment while he was still in the airlock, realizing a second too late he was about to be sucked into space and being unable to stop it. And the answer being, you never left, you are really buried here on Earth because we needed to test that drug on someone who really thought they were in space before sending actual people up in a multi-million-dollar spacecraft, would also have been an interesting and very logical ending. They could have just cut out the flashback with the moth. We had enough flashback as it is, trust me, no one would have missed that. Anyways, this might have been the better story, I don't know. I'm gonna go rewatch Ascension now. Okay, bye!